Hey guys, Colleen Gallagher here. How are you? I hope you're doing amazing. I wanted to touch base. I wanted to come on. Um, I hope it is because I know I never do this really twice in a week, but I just got off an incredible podcast. This was my third interview that I did this week, and it's funny because I haven't really done interviews on other people's podcasts in a long time. I've been busy writing and I've been on my own podcast. But anyway, when you join, say hello. Let me know that you're tuning in. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I really believe that this is a platform of connectivity. And if you don't say hello and if you don't say hi, I can't engage with you. I can't say hello with you, and it makes me sad. And so I want to make sure that I'm connecting with you and really getting to know you because that's what I believe in this platform for. So say hello. And if you're watching on the replay, always do hashtag replay. Excuse me. Always do hashtag replay because I love to, like I said, come back and rewatch and listen to this. So today I wanted to come on. I wanted to talk about the science of manifestation. I had two podcasts one last week and one this week that was all about the science of manifestation. And I've gotten really deep into talking about neuroscience and how neurologically, and I'll define maybe, hey, Philip, how are you? I love when you join. And I really want to define this. So, neuroscience is neurons in your brain and how neurologically the neurons that are in our brain and our neurons fire. It's like a system, they fire information into our body, into our words, into our actions that we exist and interact with reality. And so that's neurologically, it's how we scientifically, our neurons influence and impact our decisions, our body, our actions, and why they kind of do that. And obviously, we can look at different parts of the brain. Of some parts of the brain are more hyperactive, and some parts of the brain are more numb. And this could be from various reasons, right? From just our habits to the parents we were born to the teachers we went to, just the way that our mind works. When you see those little art things, I don't know if you've seen them on Instagram or you see them like in person where it's like, do you see this or do you see this? Like the example I saw is like one that was like a horse. It's a horse walking forward or it's walking backward? And it's like if you see the horse walking backward on like a video, you're right brained, which is I am right brained. I'm more creative based and feeling based. And if you see the horse walking forward, you're left brain. Now, why is this important? And I think in this journey of life, what I've come to conclusion in some of these interviews is that we all in this journey of life are just trying to feel loved and be loved and feel like that what we do matters. And we want to feel like we have a community or a connection to ourselves and connection to the world around us. And what happens when we don't feel that connection to inside of us or the world around us, that connection ends up in depression, or it can end up in, addiction or a lot of unhealthy habits, right? And so why I want to come on today is because the science of manifestation is really the unification of art and the sciences. So I have a bachelor's in arts, I have a master's of science, and my psychology degree, my PhD is in the arts. So I feel like I'm kind of well versed or good at being the balance between the masculine and the feminine and between the arts and the science. And manifestation, the science of it, is understanding that neurologically, whatever we're thinking, whatever we've thought from the past, so what your default thoughts are. So for example, this used to be me. I used to be in a car and be like, oh, of course I'm going to be late, or of course I'm going to catch all the traffic, or of course whatever. Where now my life is very different. I'll always be like, oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to have a parking spot right in front. My meter is always going to be paid for. Like I say these things. So neurologically, my brain is creating a different focus point. Whereas if you have a focus point of, oh, my life's going to suck, I'm going to get screwed over, whatever it is, like if you neurologically have that happen, right? Your focus point of life, your focus point of attraction, your focus point of what you want is going to end up happening because neurologically, you are subconsciously creating habits that are aligning you to wherever your focus is. And this is really neuroscience. This is manifestation, but this is the science behind it. Because whatever you focus on, so if I focus on a sunny day, it's most likely going to be sunny. If I focus on a rainy day or whatever, I'm probably going to be more rainy days. And not that I control the weather, but right, it's what you choose to focus on. It's what you choose to do because whatever your focus is, it magnifies inside of your brain. And your brain then creates neurological pathways, neurological actions for you to take that create that focal point. So it's like manifestation is that it is this thing of whatever you're choosing to focus on, whatever you're choosing to align to. And you, the beauty in the neuroscience part of this is that you can shift that. So as you guys know, I've shared a few times, I was a big proponent of neurofeedback therapy. I did that therapy 3 times, and where they hook your brain up, they see like where your brain, it's more active, hyperactive or hypoactive, and then they put magnets on your brain where it communicates to either cool your brain or activate your brain based on you being a whole, like a well-balanced person, or your brain being more balanced instead of strictly on one side or strictly on one side or strictly more of the imaginary than the audio. These are neurological breakthroughs in life and how we interact. And so in this podcast, I just wanted to come on and share. I really went deep into talking about how our brain, how our mindset influences us. And I think it's so important because we don't talk about it enough. And I think what's even more important is for those people who don't believe in manifestation, or it's this woo-woo out there thing, I think what's important is to remember that you have the choice at any time to believe, right? At some point in your life, you probably believed that, I don't know, you'd be a parent, or you'd be a spouse, or you'd be a friend, right? Or you'd be something, or you'd have something. You had a thought, right? And that thought is exactly why you have whatever it is you have now. Like, that thought is exactly why wherever you are is what you have. And if you could just change those thoughts, you could make a decision to consciously create your thoughts, to consciously think, I want to have a 6-figure job, or I want to have a job that I love, or I want to live in a house that's beautiful, or I want to have amazing friends. Like, if you can consciously think these thoughts, your brain begins to refocus, and your brain allows you to begin to take different actions. It gives you courage to take different actions. It gives you belief. It gives you a trust in yourself. And this is the true meaning of life. This is why we are alive, why we are away, or why we're awake. And I just wanted to share that because I thought it was so powerful that these 2 podcasts were going really deep on that. And I think I don't give enough credit to myself sometimes of how much I know about this, and how much, even as a researcher, as a digital creator, I really design my whole life by this philosophy of neuroscience and by manifestation, which is the balance of science and art. And it's realizing that everyone is special and that you matter, whatever you think matters, whatever you believe matters, but it's turning those thoughts and those beliefs into something that's going to be useful for you, something that's going to offer you a solution into this world. So anyway, I wanted to share that my manifestation course, because I had both these, is going to be on sale today, January 13th by midnight PST. Instead of $444, it's $222. It's one of my best courses. It's one of the courses I made my first year in business. I teach you the 8 steps of how to become a powerful manifester. And I go deep into this more if you want to have more of this conversation of how the science works, of how do you begin to get your thoughts in alignment with where you want to go? How do you begin to feel your way through life? It's an amazing course. I highly recommend it. As a clinician, I love that. Matt, I'm so happy you love it. And if you love it, I definitely recommend, like I said, clicking the link below and getting in the Manifestor course, because it's on sale. It's 50% off because I was so inspired and moved by these conversations I was having. And one was with a woman and one was with a man. And I just am so excited that the world is at a place where we are open and available to have conversations, for the science and the art to both have a place. And I think another thing I'd like to share, if you don't know Dr. Brene Brown, she has the #1 TED Talk on vulnerability. It's one of the most amazing TED Talks. It's the #1 watched in the world. And she was really the first researcher that really did a lot of work for research in the qualitative field. And the qualitative field is more of a feeling field. It's how do we understand emotions? How do we measure emotions? How do we do that? Because research, right, has to be, well, science, it has to be measured. And it's hard to find that measuring point for emotion and frequency. Well, not frequency, but emotion. And whereas something like qualitative, like how do we measure that the cosmos are traveling at the speed of light? Like that's something that's a little bit easier to measure because there's a measuring stick for it. And so what I like about this conversation of emotions and also the logical, how do we make this happen, is that we are having everyone have a seat at the table to try and figure this out of what is the best way to move forward. What is the best way to feel through life? What is the best way to create your life and design your life? And when we do that, just so many beautiful things occur. And so, anyway, I'm excited to share this, and I hope you're able to enroll in the course. And if not, make sure that my first book, Live Your Truth, it is out. Let me get it. Let me see. It is out through publishing now, which is so exciting. Make sure you go to Amazon and get it. Do do do. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. I think this is it. No, this is it. 1 second. Make sure to go to Amazon and get it. I'm having a free book talk, which is going to be on February 1st. So if you're able to buy it and read this book, I definitely recommend it. Do that and send me a screenshot so you get the free virtual book party included. But I love you guys so much, and this conversation just excites me, and it gets me more and more excited for 2022 and what it's going to bring for all of us at navigating these emotions and the practicality of life and guiding us into wholesomeness. So I love you so much, and enjoy your day.